dude?
What's up? I'm so like, all right. I'm glad that it worked because this is like my first time sending. I just started paying for this program, so it's my first time like kind of testing it out a little bit. I did it with Geo one time, so it made you download that app.
Yeah, it made me download it, but then I could just do like be a guest, so I didn't have to get the whole account and everything.
Dude, you guys crack
So
your videos crack me up. You
You're loving the
guys-
content?
Rachel, I think I can hear. Can you guys say something? Okay, all right. We're just gonna go no headphones. We're just gonna go no headphones. Rachel, I love your like review of the flowers when you like talk about what
You like it?
yeah.
Heck yeah, I'll do more.
Yeah, that is always
I
so.
want to give what the people want, so.
Dude, I can't believe. I know, Hannah. I know you always talked about doing the PCT, but like, when did this like actually become a reality? Like, when I know obviously you started 3 weeks ago, but when were you like, I'm actually gonna do this?
Well, the idea started when we were like in middle school, early high school, because it kind of runs in the family. You know, David, my brother, did the AT. Our cousin Catherine did the AT. Them two together.
My dad.
Rachel's dad did the AT and parts of the PCT.
Yeah,
So,
and my mom too.
Yeah, I think.
Wait,
our
your
parents
so you
did the AT.
your
Some of
dad
it.
did the whole Appalachian Trail?
Yeah, when he was 19.
Dang, he's a legend.
He's a legend. He's like original AT. He told me that when he was coming out of a town, he weighed his pack and it was 75 pounds.
Oh
And he was
my.
19 years old, ripping the AT with a 75-pound pack.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
He's
saw that
boss.
you guys have been shedding weight a little bit.
Yeah.
Did he have like a
Yeah,
metal
good
frame
time.
backpack,
Yes.
like one of those old school ones?
Yeah, it was huge. He
Mhm.
wore like feathers on his cap and like
Old
jorts.
school. You can only imagine.
So okay,
So
but so
sick.
you've talked about it for a while. Like I know, like even in
Talked
high
about it
school,
for
I
a
remember you
while.
talking about it. But like, when did you realize that like you can actually like you're actually gonna do it?
I think when I moved to California
Yeah.
with you, we were like, oh, this is actually like a feasible thing that we can do in the next couple of years because we're both living out here together. So we originally applied last year for the permits and we were going to do it in 2024, got the permits approved, but then work stuff just like didn't line up exactly and we weren't like ready to leave our jobs yet. So we held off and then we were like, okay, 2025, like that's our year. We're doing it then. So then we applied in October, got the permits, and that's I guess when it really was like reality. We're actually doing this thing.
Was that scary?
Yeah, that's when we were like, no. So exciting, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that's when we were like, well, we were kind of like feeling destroyed by our work a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
And
Burned
so it
out.
was like, it was a nice way to be like, okay, we're going to quit our jobs then. There's an end in sight to like this burnout and just like constant social stuff happening all the time over and over and over again. And it was just kind of exciting to look forward to like a new chapter and like a totally new adventure for a long time.
So do you guys still have like your house there, or like did you end the lease with your house too?
We found subletters, so we don't have a home anymore. We just
We're
have our
homeless.
stuff in storage.
Oh my.
So we had to move out of our house and basically like leave everything in Santa Cruz behind. That chapter of our life
Yeah.
closed to start this thing.
That is so crazy. And like just I can't imagine, because it's gonna take like what, like 6 months to do the whole thing?
Yeah, like 4 to 6, probably 5.
Yeah, we should be done like mid-September is the plan, but there's so much that can happen before then. So
What is the most sore right now?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel great.
That's
we
okay.
took our
I asked
first-
my mom questions to ask you, and she gave me 3, she said, how many shoes do you think you guys are going to go through? Is one of the questions. Have you gone through a pair of shoes yet? Or a pair of hiking? Well, it's only been like 3 weeks, right?
Okay, the shoes thing is a big thing.
Yeah.
Everybody out here is so gung ho about wearing freaking trail runners, but we're boots girls, like
Yeah.
old school. We wear boots.
Yeah.
Mostly
Respect.
because I sprain my ankles all the time. But everyone's like so anti. You gotta wear trail runners. They're lighter. Your feet can breathe. Blah blah. We're boots. So if you wear boots, you probably only go through like one or two pairs.
Yeah.
But if you wear trail runners, like 5 or 6.
Do they just say it's lighter, or
Like, it
what's like the
depends on what
reasoning
we're
behind the
hiking.
trail runners?
Apparently, it's overall like long term. You're just like, I mean, you're lifting your feet so many times each day. So people say it's better to have like a lightweight shoe
Yeah.
and just like better cushion for your feet. But
And like more breathable than like leather-ish boots.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I see you guys have
Yeah.
seen some snakes, Rachel, or at least Rachel's seen more snakes.
dude,
I found a rosy boa, which was the cutest little snake I'd ever seen. I picked it up. And Hannah was like, get that thing away from me. Get that thing away
dude,
from me.
it's wild. It's a wild animal. Like, come on.
I don't even know
Dude,
what
I
a
would
rosy
be
boa is.
so
Is it like poisonous or anything, or no?
No.
I've seen a total of 6 snakes.
Oh,
3 of
geez.
them being rattlesnakes. 2 of them being ones I almost stepped on.
Oh my
Yeah, I got
gosh.
6 snakes too.
For real? You
3
almost stepped on a
rattlesnakes, but I
rattlesnake?
saw different ones.
2
Yeah.
of them.
That's
One time
scary.
I was
That's like my
stepping and
biggest fear.
I almost stepped on their head. Dude, it's terrible. It makes you hike faster though, because you're kind of spooked.
Dude, Hannah thinks about rattlesnakes nonstop.
Dude, I would too.
She
That's
does
like that's like my biggest fear. Honestly, stepping on
I
one.
know snakes are also my biggest fear. So it's been a big challenge to get over, but you know I'm here and I've survived so far. So we're good.
Or-
But 2 close encounters. One time almost stepping on the tail or the rattle,
yeah.
and then the other time almost stepping on the head.
How like seclude like how heavily trafficked are the trails?
I think it's busier than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it depends. Like, there's been a few days where I've hiked like 7, 8 miles and not really seen anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, people are passing you. Like, you'll see people every 30 minutes,
Or there's like
honestly.
pockets of people that you'll pass, or you'll like get a water break and then
Yeah.
they'll pass you again and you kind of like see them throughout the day.
Mm.
But it's pretty like it's a very like well maintained trail for the most part, except the other day there was some fallen trees we had to like do obstacle course around. But so far it's been pretty maintained and enough people that like you don't feel like you're completely alone out there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like at camp spots, like there's certain spots that are really good for camping. And you show up at these spots, and then there's like a bunch of people that you know from the trail that you've passed and stuff. So it's like every night you definitely see people, and like throughout the day you pass people, they pass you. But
And
like maybe a squad of like 15 people ish.
okay. And is it mostly
Yeah.
like people doing the PCT, or do you see like day hikers and stuff too?
Depends on the area. Most of the time right now it's PCT people, but like we're near like a popular trailhead spot, so we saw a few day hikers when we were coming into town yesterday. So it just kind of depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
But a lot of it right now is also like everyone's close together and saturated because like we're close to the beginning of the trail. So it'll like
Mm.
balance out and kind of spread out as we go farther. We'll probably not see as many people as frequently, but right now it's just like busy.
Is there a part of
The
the
start.
trail that they say is the hardest? Like, is a certain section harder than, or do you not really know?
Spears.
Yeah, the Sierras, there's like a lot of uh summiting to do. Like you go up really high. It's just a
Mountain
lot of
Dude, you
passes,
altitude.
guys are
lots
gonna see
of
some crazy
elevation.
shit up there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
And then I would say I think like the desert is pretty difficult just in terms of like
Heat.
sun. Uh yeah, it's kind of a grind. but like a different kind of mental battle, I think, than what the Sierras will be.
Yeah. Do you have anything packed in your bag that you wouldn't consider a necessity, but for you it's a necessity? Like any random things?
Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing.
Wait, are you thinking of? So I have a stuffed animal oxalotl that Rachel gave me. Some stuff. I should go grab it.
You
Let me go
should. You
grab
should
it.
grab it. I want to see it.
It's crazy. I just bought 3 books,
Okay.
which is
Books are heavy though.
questionable in terms of weight. I know these are thin ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just got 3 books, a journal, and a really big sweater that I like. That's really comfy that I sleep in every night.
What books
Here
did
it
you get?
is. I got Charles Dickens and Emily.
Okay, is there a story
This is him.
behind it?
This is Vernon. Yeah, there's quite a story. So
We show the tail.
Oh my
first of
god.
all, I brought him along because he's first of all a fun mascot.
Yeah.
You know, makes people smile when you walk by. I like put him on the outside of my tent, like, or outside of my backpack like this, so everyone can see. So mascot, friend, pillow,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
pillow.
That's a huge one.
Yeah, such a nice pillow, like perfect. And I sit on him like when I need to, so I don't get my butt all dirty. So 4 uses to this thing.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That is
But
hilarious. He's along for the
Rachel got me this for. I'll tell you the story. So Rachel bought me this for my birthday last year.
Yeah.
No idea why. Random ass gift, whatever. And it like hid under my bed for a couple months, like no use to it. And then Rachel and I previously shared a room, so we started like pranking each other where like I would hide it on her side of the room, like under her bed or like under her pillow, so like she'll like, it'll be a surprise when she sees it.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of a back and forth unsaid battle. Like we were just doing it for a couple weeks. And then we went on a backpacking trip, I think to Big Sur, and I put Vernon in her sleeping bag. So then when she got to camp, she like unpacked it and was like, "What the fuck is this? Oh my gosh, like I carried it the whole way, whatever." And then it just kind of started becoming a thing where we'd like bring him on backpacking trips. And then you want to explain the name part?
Oh my god. Yeah, he just started coming along and we'd like hide and prank each other. And then we were trying to figure out his name and he has got this tag and it's like a Beanie Baby tag. You know how Beanie Babies have like freaking their names already, like
Yeah.
Foo and on the tag. This one says Vernon, so I was like, heck yeah, this guy's name's Vernon.
Vernon,
Let's
he's
go.
a snake protector.
Yeah.
And
But turns out it's actually just made in Vernon, California.
Oh,
We've been calling him Vernon for so long.
that's
But
hilarious.
he's breaking out. Look at him.
Vern is lucky. He
yeah,
doesn't have to
so
walk. He just gets you. He just gets to be carried the whole
right, he just
time.
basks in the sun.
Bro, but the way that Hannah straps him into her backpack, he looks like he cannot breathe.
It's like-
It's like he's suffocating.
Oh
that's
man.
hilarious. Another question:
So that's one of my necessities.
if there is a song that describes your PCT journey, what song would you pick?
Oh, song. The Rick.
What's the one we've been singing?
Sitting up, talking
Oh, no.
So we usually try to do one song per day that we listen to once.
Yeah.
Song of the day.
Song of the day.
It's like so fun to hear music when you haven't heard it.
I
like,
know
all
that's
day.
what I miss when I hike a lot. Is like I really last time I was doing it was just like 4 days or something, but I was like I miss music. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we give ourselves one song per day, and then it's usually like towards the end of the day. And we were listening to Otis Redding sitting on the dock of the bay and loving it.
yeah.
That's a good one.
It doesn't describe the hike, but I feel like it kind of describes like waiting around, like waiting for something to change and nothing's gonna change.
Mm.
Kind of like not like how we felt in Santa Cruz, but like a little bit, just getting stuck.
Yeah.
And so like how we felt before starting on the hike. It's kind of fun to. I don't know. It's a good song.
Do you think your
It's a
mental
vibe.
has changed throughout going on the hike and being 3 weeks in? It's like your mental
Well, we're
state.
only 2 weeks in.
2 weeks in. 2 weeks in.
Um.
Do you feel like a cave person?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Yes.
The other day, okay.
We
The
do.
other day, I was like, we just got to camp and nobody was there, and so I just like took off. This might be a lot for this interview, but
No, it's good.
I
It's
just like
good.
took off my pants.
Yeah.
I just like took off my pants and I was like pounding my tent stakes in with a rock, like without wearing any pants. And I was like, I feel like an actual cave woman, like actually crazy.
Oh God.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, and just like the amount of like filth and dirt you feel,
Yeah.
and like your like body odor, and you just kind of like show up into these towns all like nasty, and it's like hiker trash. Like I don't know, people, you just like know that you've been roughing it,
Yeah.
and honestly, it feels like pretty refreshing to be that way and not really care that much about
Yeah.
other things.
That's probably only.
I'll say
No, keep going.
I feel like in terms of my mental state, like the first few days was such a clusterfuck of like trying to figure out what the heck we can get rid of from our packs, like trying to understand how to ration food and water, how to work this new app, meeting all these new people, like
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to organize stuff in our packs, how to organize stuff at camp, like how to get it going quicker. Like I feel like after 2 weeks, I've kind of come into like a routine,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and we're doing heavier mileage, and my body feels really strong. I just feel like a lot more confident in terms of like what I can do. I just kind of feel more badass. Like at
Yeah.
first, I felt like an absolute newbie, like
Yeah.
huge learning curve, and now I'm like, all right, I can do this shit, and like we're crushing it. You
Yeah.
know?
And you just feel like I just feel very capable.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's also just like such a simple like routine. Like you wake up, you pack up your tent, you know, you make breakfast if you want, drink water, and then you just go and hike the whole day and stop when you're tired, stop when you're hungry, and just like keep it really simple and like basically just listen to your body and get to the next place for the night.
Yeah.
And it's just like a really nice, simple way of life, I would say. And I've been waking up like with the sun at like 5:45 naturally every day, and we go to bed like when it gets dark at
Yeah.
like 8,
Mm.
and that just also feels like very natural and good.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Like so healthy. It feels good.
Mhm.
What's like? Are you guys just doing freeze dried food then, or like what's like your main food that you've been having?
Peanut butter for me. I eat a lot of peanut butter.
Mashed potatoes with hot Cheetos.
Yeah, that's gourmet.
Mashed
That's my
potatoes with
gourmet
hot.
lunch that I go to.
That is
Honestly, I'm
hilarious.
loving like the food. Like it's basically just ramen or like a Nor's sides like noodle
Yeah.
pack, and it just tastes so good. I don't know, you're just so hungry by the end of the day, and food just tastes so good, even though it may seem shitty, but honestly, I'm loving the food.
Yeah.
And you can just snack however much you want, like
Yeah.
fruit snacks, pop them while you're hiking. Like it's always good to just have sustenance, and snacking is definitely allowed around here.
Well, I mean, you're burning so many calories, so it's definitely like
Yeah.
deserved. So, like, how long is in between most towns? Is it like a week in the backcountry, or like what would you say is average from town to town?
Like 5 days probably.
5 to 7 so far.
We have to like figure out how much food we're gonna carry to the next town, and usually like the longest has been like a 5 to 6 day carry.
Mm.
Hmm.
And so
And
like
did
the
you send
next we're
food
in
ahead?
Iowa. We go to kind of. We have a friend who has a stockpile of food
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of boxes, so he can send us stuff if we need it.
Okay.
But a lot of people advised us like not to send food ahead because one, sending the box costs like $30, which like for us splitting it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But you can just like buy everything you need in the towns, and when it's like hard to plan in advance like what you're gonna be craving, like exactly how much food you're gonna want, that kind of thing. So it's kind of just a little more simple and like totally doable now to just go into towns and resupply there instead of like sending yourself
And
stuff.
a lot of the towns like along the trail are used to having PCT hikers around, so they have like a good selection of
Yeah.
resupply stuff that's like backpacker friendly,
Mm.
and it's like pretty easy to just like go into town and get what you need rather than like doing a whole resupply box from someone who's not local or sending it, whatever.
Yeah.
And like post office hours are sometimes annoying too. So it's like it's preference really.
Yeah.
But like my mom sent me some sent us some extra like snacks to Idlewild
Yeah.
like this weekend, and that worked out fine. So, we kind of do a little bit of both.
What's been your favorite day so far?
Mm. Probably not. I think it was day 11, the day before we got here to Idlewild. It was the biggest elevation gain of the hike so far. I think we did 19, 20ish. You did 20 miles because you had to get water.
Yeah.
But we did like 19 miles, and it was such a grind of a day. Like
Yeah.
the switchbacks were crazy. We were doing 3,000 feet of elevation gain in like 3 hours. Like it was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But we also decided to push an extra like 3 miles than what we anticipated. So we were hiking like during sunset, and we were
Oh
like
my
in the
God.
proper like mountains, like right on the side of the cliff, like looking down you see mountains, and then you look and you see the sunset, and then you like go around the cliff's edge to the other ridge and you like see the other side of the sunset and the valleys, and it was just like so magical and
Yeah.
so worth, like it just felt so worth it, like grinding the whole day to be able to like see that at in the evening, and that was definitely like a highlight so far for me.
That's really cool. What about you, Rachel?
Yeah, I would say that was probably my favorite day. Well, yeah. When we left, this town called Julian, we were really close to the Anza Desert. I really liked that day that Hannah was talking about. It was stunning. We were up super high. It was so beautiful. But this other day we came out of Julian and we were like really close to Anza Desert, which is like really interesting botanically. And I saw some plants that I like haven't seen in California yet, and I've been like wanting to see since I moved here 5 years ago. They're called the Ocotillo, and it's this like crazy cactus looking thing that's not actually a cactus. And I saw them for the first time, and they were way bigger than I had ever thought they were. They were like 25 feet tall. And I thought they were like 6 to 9 feet tall. And they're huge. And they're just like waving in the wind. And they
That's
have these
funny.
huge flowers on them. I'm so excited to see the Oxio.
She was freaking out.
But that was a horrible day. But it was so cool to see them. And then they have these huge like barrel cactuses too. So that was really fun for me. I loved that day. But yeah, I think that day and probably the day before we came into Idlewild were two great days.
Uh,
Honestly, every day has been so great though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hope to like learn anything about yourself by spending so much time in nature, or like what do you hope to gain from this?
Cool.
Oh, okay.
You want to start?
I need to think of my words. Big question over here, Kat.
Yeah, Kev, what? I think I can go.
Okay.
I can't go. I
I'll
can't go
go.
yet.
I'll go. So Rachel and I had like the first day we talked a lot about like intentions for the trail. So some of my intentions are just working on my independence and like being able to rely only on myself and like knowing that I'm fully capable of doing life on my own and relying on me. So working on that and being more comfortable with being independent. Um Also, let's see, taking care of my body more, just really like listening to what it needs and like, you know, listening and knowing that like it's okay to just do what your body needs in the moment rather than like doing what other people are doing, and really just like looking inward and listening to my feet if they're hurting, or like, you know, if I need to sit down and have water, just like really being in tune with myself and my body. Oh,
Hey,
thank you. Lovely. Perfect.
We're in an interview.
We're in an interview.
What's
This is
up?
our friend
This is
Princess.
Princess.
Cheers.
He brought us beer. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
So yeah, self-care and
fucking beer left.
I know.
I'm gonna do this specific kind of stuff.
Okay, we'll keep
Gosh.
drinking.
Okay. Yeah, so self-care, listening to myself, just looking inward and just trying to figure out what's next with my life. Like it's definitely a transition period for me. Like I ended a chapter in Santa Cruz and now not sure like where I want to go next. So just trying to figure out like what I truly want in life and making moves for that next step afterwards.
Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah.
A lot of similar.
I think, well, yeah, we talked about this the first day. I'll say first, I like kind of going into, well, okay, there's definitely some things I want to learn about myself, but I also like really just want to open myself up to an experience, and like let the trail and the time just like teach me what it's going to teach me. I'm sure there's so many lessons I won't ever foresee, but I do definitely also want to get okay. It's a long story. I quit my job like in October, and I was like finally slowing down for the first time and since like high school, probably maybe even before high school. And I think so often like it's such an American thing to like just glorify the grind and like the busyness and doing so much and like being so productive and efficient and
Success driven.
yeah, just producing all the time. And I like totally got swept up into that. And I was on a grind for a long time until I burnt out. And I went to Spain for a little bit, and my goal there was like to really get in touch with my emotions. And I kind of started that journey, and I've been like feeling a lot more, but I don't really handle the emotions super well that I like am feeling. So I just want to like kind of continue that journey of like getting to know myself. And when I have emotions, like positive, negative, stress, whatever it is, like kind of being able to manage it better. Um, and like continuing that process of like slowing down, like not just being so productive, not like just like learning to be instead of like learning to do all the time. So, um, yeah, I think, yeah, there's a lot. I like a lot, like studying the outside world. Like I like learning about plants. I like talking to people. I like being in community. I like, yeah, this and that. But I also like really want to get to know me, and I don't exactly know what that's gonna entail, but I'm excited to like see along the way.
I really, when you said like getting caught up into just like working really hard and pushing yourself, I definitely fall into that like more often than I should.
Yeah.
And when I have traveled to other countries, you realize that they do focus a lot more on just like living rather than like you said,
Yeah.
American culture is so success driven. We Yeah, I agree with that completely, though. I think it's important to sometimes take a step back and do something like you're just being alive, you know, like rather than in the end, how much money you make really doesn't matter. And
Right.
just like you can't, experiences are so worth so much more than anything money can buy. Like these experiences that you guys are having, like you'll take that with you forever. And I think it's going to be really cool, and it's motivating to see you guys doing that because the PCT is something I've always wanted to do, but like it's just like I don't know how to get to California, and then like I don't think I would want to do it by myself. So like it's good that you guys have each other to because sometimes it just takes one other person who's like as crazy as you, who's like, you know what, fuck it, I will do the PCT, and then like kind of helps you put yourself out there. So that's cool.
Totally.
All right, one more question because
we
Hannah, I know you have to go. What is your
Yeah.
main source of motivation on the trail? What are you doing to motivate yourself?
Song of the day, baby.
Yeah.
I think when I'm like down in the pits, like when I'm in a dark moment of like suffering and you know my pack's feeling really heavy or my feet are hurting or it's really hot, whatever. I just think about like how like much of a privilege it is to like be out here doing this and just like be immersed in nature in this way for this long amount of time, and like just remembering like I I could be stressed and suffering like sitting in front of my computer at work, but instead I'm out here like suffering and stressed, maybe a little scared of rattlesnakes like in nature, and I would take that over work any day. And yeah, I think just like challenging myself and like proving to myself that I can do something hard and crazy like this. So just keeping that at the forefront. And I also feel like we have a lot of like family and friends that are like, oh, like I wish I could be doing that. And just like being, just remembering like that this experience is so special and just being so grateful for that. So I think those are my main motivations.
What do you miss the most when you're on the trail? Another question. Sorry, keep going. But like when you're on the trail, you're like, oh, I wish I could like have. I always miss like hamburgers or like music. I always miss
Slushies,
man.
I've said that so many times already. I'm like, I want a freaking slushie
Slushies
right now.
and pop.
That was funny. But hopefully the towns they got to have like I feel like really high calorie foods and like stuff. I feel like they know.
Oh yeah, we go crazy in the towns. Bottomless refills. I probably had like 5 Cokes the last place we went to. So yeah, we definitely treat ourselves when we get to town, which is really exciting and also another good motivation.
As you should. So when's your next town? So how far do you have to once you leave tomorrow, where are you going?
We're going to Big Bear, and it's in 120 miles. So that's probably like
6-ish days.
6-ish days of hiking.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to first go back to where we got off the trail, and then we're summiting San Jacinto Mountain.
Bro.
Oh my gosh, you guys are bringing us beer now too. So we're summiting San Jacinto Mountain, and then we'll probably do like average like 18 to 20,
probably 20 plus.
20 plus next
Because
week.
we got to summit San Jacinto, which is like tough on elevation. And then we got another mountain to summit, and then it's pretty flat. So when it's flat, we'll probably rip in the miles.
Ripping the miles.
Ripping the miles, baby.
The miles. That's hilarious. Oh man. All right.
Our next town is Big Bear.
Yeah.
Big Bear. Well, I'll be following. Thank you for doing the call. I don't want to keep you too late. So maybe we'll do one in like a few weeks or something.
Yeah, let's do it. You guys, you can get an update from us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you gotta so like if you have like a crazy experience, be like try and like mark that memory down and be like, I need to tell Kevin.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
Kevin, we also want to tell you something. We were talking about you when we were hiking.
Yeah.
And we were like, Kevin is so cool. It's so cool how you like how passionate you are about your work and how you've just like totally given yourself to this passion and this dream that you have and committed yourself to it, and it's really inspiring. So
Yeah.
Thank
we
you.
just want to let you know that
I really
we're
appreciate
also
that.
big fans of you.
I like the part you
We
said though,
see
like I
you.
can't get consumed into it
Love to.
because I am very passionate about it, and I'm so passionate to where like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll work all night long. So like, but I would rather be doing that. Like if I get lonely, I'm like I'm just gonna go like make some hats and like I'll put music on and I'm just vibing. So like it's not,
Yeah.
it's fun. So, but I love what you guys are
Yeah.
doing. Like you said, you're living. You like your worries are food, shelter, sleep. When you simplify life like that, I feel like I grow a lot as a person, and I feel like it's important to have experiences like that to really appreciate
Yeah.
that. Like I have my bed here. I don't want to like like I have my bed. I have food. I have
What the heck,
slushies
bro?
whenever I want it. So like you guys appreciate those things so much more when they're taken away from you, and you're like 100 miles in the
Yeah.
wilderness, and you're like, there's no slushy station anywhere, even in shouting distance. So
Yes.
God damn it, there's no slushies.
you'd be like talking to a rock or something.
Yeah.
Are you guys sharing a tent, or do you have your own tents?
We have our own stuff. So I split off from Hannah for one night because I wanted to go to this hostel and see these kittens. And we have all our own stuff. So we can split and get back together. So we want to both have our own journey, adventure. Like we don't really we don't want to like only be out here with each other. Like we want to like go do our own thing and then come back together and like be able to share these awesome, unique, individual experiences together. So we just made sure we had that ability.
But you know, we share food if one needs it, and
Yeah, this girl's bone dry
I was
out
bone
there.
dry, so she gave me 2 scoops of peanut butter one morning.
Bone dry.
Hey, and I gave you some of my stuff too, you know?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys are rationing out there.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. I love it. All right. Well, we'll stay in touch. You got to do it for GR. For GR, come on.
Do it
For
for GR.
GR, I sent you that video. I was like, I was like, I hope this comes as motivation. So
I love that. Thanks,
awesome.
Kev.
yeah. All right. You guys have a good night.
We'll talk to you when we get to Big Bear.
Yeah.
Dude, Kev, and people are saying you should make PCT patches and start selling them because they would buy all these PCT hikers would buy them.
Dude, maybe I'll do that and send you guys stickers and you can put it on stuff.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Only if you have the time.
I do have the time.
Yeah,
no,
no
that's
pressure,
something
but,
that
like,
I'll think. All right, I'll brainstorm. We'll touch base in like soon.
Okay.
All right, keep
Sounds
grinding.
good.
Don't get
Love
bit
it.
by a
Thanks, Kev.
rattlesnake. I knocked on wood. I knocked on
That's
wood.
the goal of the day for me.
Oh,
All right. All right. See you guys.
All right.
bye.